Welcome back to Market to Market. This week in Made in TNT, we chat with Jeunanne Alkins of Everything Slight Pepper, a design agency that is promoting our local culture through art to children. Tell us about Everything Slight Pepper and what you guys do.
Okay. Everything Slight Pepper is a graphic design studio. We specialize in branding and publication design. We do client work from packaging, logos, that type of work. We also have an in-house brand called ESP Jr, which is focused on creating content, Caribbean-themed content for children.
How long have you been in business?
Come January, it will be 5 years that Everything Slight Pepper is in existence. ESP Jr is about 2.5 years.
Tell us a little bit more about ESP Jr.
Okay. ESP Jr is focused on giving children Caribbean characters to play with. The reason being, children interact with all these foreign Disney, Pixar type stuff, and our stuff is just as interesting. So many people travel the world to come to the Caribbean because of our exotic food, culture, festivals, and we tend to take it for granted. So when I started ESP Juniors with that in mind, getting people to support local, love local, and hopefully they'll grow up to be adults who take care of the environment, who patronize our local artisans. My philosophy is, rather than change habits in adults, why not teach good habits from young?
So that's why you chose to target children and their parents.
Yeah, I mean, you pick your battle. Children, I also like the world of children's design because it's so open. Once it works, it works. It's a refreshing change from client work, which has different rules. But the children's world is way more gratifying.
Could you tell us a bit about the characters that you've developed?
Okay. Well, we started with the leatherback turtle. It really was a project to raise awareness about the leatherback turtle because it's an endangered species. Trinidad is one of the third largest nesting grounds, and so many Trinidadians haven't been to see the turtles lay or hatch. And I just thought, this is something everybody's overlooking and it's so fantastic. And there's the problem of hunting, riding the turtles, a lot of missed education. So I started with that, and we did that for about a year, just exclusively turtle. And then subsequent to that, we added the snow cone, the blue crab, the coconuts, and this carnival we did the peregrinade, which is the start of a series that I think is going to be really fun, digging up into traditional mass. My thing is to focus on the things that slipping through the cracks and revive a little bit of the old, in a format that is fun for children.
What has consumer response been like to ESP Jr?
It has been very encouraging. I will say that it's largely seen as a tourist item right now. It's a souvenir item. Most people pick it up when they are traveling, take it as gifts. A lot of expats really like this stuff. I think they think it's refreshing. The graphics is something that's not cheesy. It feels up to the time. It feels comparable with the quality and the style that is popular. So the response has been good. In terms of penetrating mass markets, it's been a little trickier. We have a culture of supporting foreign over local. That is a reality. So a lot of what I'm doing takes a lot of education. It's been slow, but it's been steady, and I feel like kind of getting through.
So is that your ultimate goal, to be mass market?
Yes. I want every Trinidadian to grow up playing with characters that look like themselves, and to be not saying A is for apple, A is for avocado, And not in a stereotypical Caribbean way. I have a very, very distinct point of view in that I don't want to be presented as a coconut grass skirt wearing type Caribbean person. That's not our real life, So the characters I pick, the reason I pick a snow cone is because I think that's the quintessential point of children's carnival. I mean, I played children's carnival. It was all about the snow cone. So, you know, it's those little things that are a children's point of view of any of the Caribbean experience.
I have found through my own observation that we've kind of trended towards going local in recent times with, you know, all those local markets and artisan markets and whatnot. But you're saying that there's still a challenge?
I'm part of that network, and we've been pushing really hard, and it has grown. I mean, I could tell you 2 years ago when we started, I mean, Upmarket used to be in Maple Leaf. It was in the basketball court area, really, really small. Now they are in Woodbrook Youth Facility, and it's a beautiful thing that's going on now. It's not an elitist thing, as some people think. The vendors come from a cross-section of classes all over the country. Everybody just a common goal of creating. It's really, really nice. I really enjoy the market scene. It has been growing, but it's not consistent, and it's capped at, we don't get the government support really with it. I mean, there's issues with somewhere, a shared facility like Woodbrook Youth Facility, you know, pigeons, that type of thing, and it's been difficult. I mean, we have no center for the arts and artisan goods. Why don't we have a craft market that's a permanent place that is a convenient, air conditioned probably? I mean, because if you think about it, like a lot of food vendors are in Upmarket. It may not necessarily be the most comfortable conditions to have food because of the heat. Like the local chocolate makers can't come, their stuff would melt. So, you know, it would really be nice to get somewhere that is, from a government perspective, supporting the local push.
Do you consider yourself a part of the design industry or the fashion industry?
Design. I'm not doing fashion. I used, the t-shirt for me is a canvas. It's like really nice little billboards walking around the country on these little tummies. But I will do some fashion type stuff because the characters translate to that, but they can be used anywhere. I mean, part of this series right now is also activity books, coloring books. I'm working on a board book for children. I'm working on a cartoon series. So I'm doing character design. It can go anywhere. The merchandising is endless.
A cartoon series. Can you divulge some more?
Okay. The cartoon series is actually where this all started. I did the t-shirts as a way of building an audience, testing the market to see if people were as interested in this as I am. The cartoon series is the story of two children navigating Trinidad. It's fiction, it's entertaining, it's really, really well written. Not by me, I have a writer, Jeunanne Franco, and it's an entertaining story that should be, and I hope will be enjoyed by both children and adults alike, so that the parents won't be tortured to watch through this thing. We're shooting for international quality. It's taking me time because I'm very particular in what I'm doing, and I want it to stand up against Pixar. That's my goal. But it's made for TV.
Have you approached a film company for assistance?
I'm not at that stage just yet. I actually won a grant in the I2I competition this year by the Ministry of Sustainability, which has allowed me to build a really strong proposal and do animation test pieces. So that's where I'm at. I mean, that program pretty much wrapped up in October. I would say I'm about 40% through, but we're building. You know, we're doing character design, we're writing scripts, testing what animation styles I would like to work with. We just connected with sound people because I want to keep the sound local. But after that, yeah, film company is my next step. At first I said 2015, but production is a different world. Animation is difficult right now. It's a hurdle for me right now because I think it's so young in Trinidad. Haven't had much headway in terms of connecting with an animation studio locally. I've spoken to some in Jamaica also. I really would like to keep it a Caribbean effort, but right now I'm I'm open to anybody because I don't want to compromise the product. So as long as it takes me. I don't think 2015 is realistic though, probably 2016.